My name is Marcus, 35 years old, and just a few months ago, everything I believe about my life came crashing down. It began with a message from Claire, my wife Vanessa's best friend. We worked at the same company, different departments, and she reached out one afternoon asking to meet. She said it was urgent and personal. I assumed she needed advice or support, but nothing could prepare me for what was coming. Claire was already at the cafe when I arrived. She looked distressed, eyes red and puffy. The moment I sat down, she started crying. I waited silently, my chest tightening as she tried to find the words. When she finally spoke, the world seemed to fall out from under me. She told me Vanessa, my wife, had been having an affair with her husband. It had been going on for nearly 4 years, starting not long after Vanessa got pregnant with Ava, our daughter. Ava, who I thought had my eyes. Ava, who I've loved from the moment she was born. But Claire's husband confessed everything when confronted. Texts, lies, all the nights he said he was working late when he was actually with my wife. Worst of all, he admitted that Ava might be his. I couldn't process it. I went home in a daze. Vanessa was in the kitchen making dinner, like it was any ordinary evening. I asked her outright if she had been cheating. At first, she denied it, feigned confusion, even seemed offended. But when I told her about the confession, the proof, and the messages Claire showed me, she broke. She collapsed to the floor, sobbing. Eventually, she admitted to everything, but she swore Ava was mine. I told her I wanted a paternity test. That's when her panic set in. She begged me not to do it, said it would only hurt Ava, that I was her father in every way that mattered, that biology didn't define love. But I needed truth. I told her this wasn't just about Ava. It was about the years of lies, the betrayal that had taken root in every part of our lives. And deep down, I already knew. When the results came, I opened them in the car, alone. The paper confirmed my worst fear. Ava wasn't mine. A grief unlike anything I've ever known hit me. I had been there for every milestone, every scraped knee, every lullaby, but it wasn't enough to make her mine. Vanessa tried to justify it. She said she never stopped loving me, that the affair was meaningless, that Ava still saw me as her father. She said walking away would ruin our daughter, but I couldn't keep pretending. I told her I was done. I was filing for divorce. Her parents came over shortly after. They were stunned, ashamed. Her father said he didn't raise her to do this. They offered to help with Ava, and they have. Vanessa tried one last time to fix things, begged for therapy, begged me to think of our daughter, but this was a mistake. It was years of deception. I asked her to leave. Her parents helped her pack. Watching Ava leave was the hardest moment of my life. She didn't understand. She waved at me through the car window, hugging her bunny. I stood there hollow. In the days after, I reached out to my best friend, needing someone to remind me I wasn't crazy. Claire, and I kept in touch. At first, she said her husband refused to take responsibility. He wanted nothing to do with Ava. Eventually, Vanessa took him to court. A judge ordered a DNA test and confirmed the truth again. He was declared the legal father, forced to pay child support. My name was removed from Ava's birth certificate. I became, in every official sense, a stranger. I don't see Ava now, but Vanessa's parents send updates, photos, notes. She started preschool. She smiles in the pictures. I can tell she's happy for now. One day she'll ask questions. I don't know how I'll answer. The divorce was finalized quickly. No custody battles, no obligations, just a clean break. But emotionally, it's not so simple. Claire and I drifted apart. She finalized her divorce too. We're both learning to rebuild. I started journaling again, just my thoughts, at night when the house is too quiet. I write about Ava, her silly socks, her mispronunciations, the way she used to fall asleep on my chest. I write about what it meant to be called Daddy, even if it wasn't real. In the end, those memories still feel like a part of me. Therapy has helped. My therapist says I'm grieving more than a relationship. I'm grieving the life I thought I had, the future I imagined. She's right. About 6 weeks after the divorce, Vanessa showed up at my door. I almost didn't open it. She looked exhausted, like someone who had finally run out of places to hide. She didn't come to argue, just apologize. She said Ava still calls me daddy sometimes, that she keeps a picture of us by her bed, a photo from a mall booth, us in sunglasses, making silly faces. Vanessa handed me a small envelope. If you ever want to write to her, she said. No pressure. I kept it. Haven't opened it yet. I ran into Claire again by chance grocery store. We stood in an aisle like strangers at first, but then we started talking, easy, familiar, just two people who'd weathered the same storm. She's doing better now, going back to school. Her ex moved away. We grabbed coffee just as friends, but it felt normal, and that felt good. Sometimes I wonder if I'll love again. I'm not ready yet. Still too raw, but I haven't closed the door. Ava is growing. I see in the photos. Her face is changing. Her joy is still there. For now, maybe that's what matters. I don't know if I'll ever be part of her life again, but I know I was there. For her first steps, for her first fever, for every story and song and sleepless night. Maybe she won't remember. Maybe she'll only know the version her mother gives. But I'll remember, always, and maybe sometimes that has to be enough.